Hello guys, what is up? Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, what do we have here today is the series finale ng What Lies Beneath. So this is like the one of the three shows na nag-air sa ABS-CBN or sa Kapamilya Channel or sa A to Z. Basta produced by ABS-CBN, okay? In line with RCD Productions in respect to What Lies Beneath. And all of them have end of service or parang nagpinali na. So, Batang Quiapo and Roja ended and now we're here for What Lies Beneath, yung last. So, kapalit nila is yung The Alibi and Blood versus Duty. Siguro di ako manonood ng Blood ng The Alibi kasi it's a Kim Chu. I have personal reasons na hindi ako manonood ng Kim Chu. Sorry, pero hindi ko siya i-cover. Also, wala sa Netflix ata yung The Alibi. So, that's something. Hotel 88 is kinda mid kasi hindi ko alam ano yung nangyayari currently sa storya ng Hotel 88. And so that leaves Blood versus Duty kung saan si Richard Gutierrez ay nagbabalik from his stint sa Incognito. So, so ayun. Baka yun ang i-cover ko next time when it ended. Okay, so what lies beneath? The finale just aired, but before we go to the finale, pag gusto niyo tong video na to, paki-like na lang po, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon for more of your reviews dito kay Harriet. Okay, so finale. Uh, ang masasabi ko lang muna sa What Lies Beneath series is, out of the three, Roja, uh, Batang Quiapo, and then ito yung may magandang storytelling siguro. Okay? So, in terms na long-term versus the long-term storytelling ng Batang Quiapo, which is indefinitely stretched out, I think ang What Lies Beneath, I think it has a more respectable pace of storytelling. However, there are times na yung kwento is na-drag out rin. And I think the common consensus ng mga nanonood ng What Lies Beneath is that there are too many flashbacks. Okay, I would argue na yung flashbacks is part of the world building ng Amorao. Pero, sige, tama rin, may punto rin na sobrang dami ng flashbacks na siguro parang magiging filler siya. Okay? There are good flashbacks, there are bad flashbacks. Na tulad yung kay Kyle. I think the Kyle Sebastian arc is a filler. But when it regards to Luisa and Lizelle's relationship, it's not a filler. Or when it comes to Uncle Edward's backstory as a serial killer pedophile, it's not a filler kasi it drives the plot and it completes the world building purpose dito. Now, if we go to the likes of, ano ba yung example ko? Uh, ano yung parang filler, Kyle Sebastian, that's a filler. The 50 pesos ni na Crystal, Young Erica, and Lucas, that is also a filler. Parang it doesn't need to be in the story. I wish it could have let out na just some random dude gave Young Erica Melendez 50 pesos na yun yung cleaning niya nung siya ay naglayas. Ayun. Okay. Another thing na to note is people are upset that the reveal that Edward is the real killer ni Luisa Soria is too predictable. Well, there is something that I would also like to counterpoint on that, and sometimes predictable is the right choice. Okay, you reveal the killer like in the like ano Wednesday, so that's with you rebuild the killer with 2 episodes left. Okay? So there is no more point to introduce a plot twist na kailangan pa i-introduce yung nakalatag just to do a twist. I'm not a fan of a swerve for the sake of a swerve para ma ano tayo, ma-surprise, di ba? Ma-lose tayo sa realidad with one of our watching when we are watching, but sometimes because of the tendency na minsan nag-overthink tayo, eh napapataas yung ating expectations. Trust me sa sinasabi ko kasi I am also a sometimes parang nakiki halubilo ako sa wrestling scene, okay? And yung mga, di ba scripted or predetermined yung mga ng wrestling. So there's sometimes that the outcome of the matches are predictable. Pero minsan kasi, yun nga, predictable can be a good thing kung the story warrants it. And I think the story warranted to be the man that you trusted the most. Yung kikita nyo sa picture, the respectable, okay, is the one that is the most dangerous. Yun yung parang isa sa mga points na binibigay ng What Lies Beneath. Okay? Na hindi, it's not like there are monsters out there that you don't trust, but sometimes your biggest enemy, your biggest fear is right behind you, right beside you, all along. Yun yung parang message na pinoportray ng palabas na ito. And that is very, very deep with regards to the situation nung pagkamatay ni Luisa Soria. So I revealed on my last video na si Uncle Edward nga ang pumatay kay Luisa, and ayun, there are some say it's predictable, pero yun nga, ayun. So for now here, the final episode of What Lies Beneath. So ang nangyari kasi, natuglasan ni Luisa na si Edward ay nanggagahasa ng mga batang babae, and dahil doon nagkaroon ng habulan, okay, and then nilaslas ni Edward yung leeg ni Luisa, prompting everything to happen. So, Edward got shot into the head by Edong, and then he is almost certain to kill the Mabel girls. Mabel stands for Mel, Alice, Beth, and Erica. And ang nangyari doon, dumating si Lucas, they went into a struggle with the gun. Okay? Also, Marco got shot by the end of the penultimate episode, pero he survived, so nothing to worry about that. Ayun. So, they wrestled for the gun. Nag-away sila. They struggled a little bit, and then Lucas killed his own brother in cold blood. And thus, putting a period to the dark times of Amorao. Then we go to a Case File Pilipinas episode, a makeshift true crime documentary na pinapakita yung kaso ni Edong sa ni Edward Mayo, with yun nga the message na we convicted a monster, kaya nga convenient monster eh, convenient monster, kasi he's like the scapegoat of what happened to the murder of Luisa. Tapos we applaud the man that arrested him, si Celestino, only to find out later on that the real monster is the man in church, yung volunteer, di ba? Yung missionary. Kasi missionary to si Edward Mayo eh. I just found out his last name is Mayo. So yun. So it is really yung social commentary of these things that really hits home. Okay? Mabel have their peace, namatay na si Edong. Weirdly enough, tinatakpan yung date of death ni Edong. Yung mga angulo na yung halaman, yung mga dahon ng halaman, tinatakpan yung ni Edong sa nicho. And also yung nicho ni Edong ay doon sa kung saan nabaril yung kanyang ama. Okay? So, maybe there will be theories that Edong is still alive, but I doubt it. I got my own theory on what was the post-credit scenes of this series. Pero, yun, mamaya na yun. Okay, so, nagka-get together sa nicho ni Luisa, yung Mabel Girls, yung kanilang family, Seth and Alice made their Scott and Alice made their peace with Alice's dad, and yun nga, and kinomport ni Scott si Alice regarding the real monster is Uncle Edward all along. Mel now has her own agency and it is thriving. Mas nasa kanya pa yung bahay. She is going to sleep well. Good night and sleep well, Mel. Ayun. And, ayun. The guilt ni Beth na let go na yung kanyang pagiging failed journalist aspirant na translate into a good thing that she is going to be a vlogger along with her daughter. Tapos ang pangalan pa ng ng vlog is What Lies Beneath. That is a nice touch. Lucas, let go Erica kasi I think yung strings of destiny na sinabi ni Erica is now like a shackles and that needs to be taken care of, needs to be destroyed. So yun, and then we got Marco, Erica, Endgame. Nahiya pa si Marco, mas I think Bet is vouching for Eric, vouching for Marco. So we're seeing a different Bet here. Na kasi si Bet sa si Erica, sila palagi nagkaaway throughout the series eh. Now we see a different side of Bet na best friend na si Erica. Mel arrived late and they celebrated the memory. Also, it was Erica's birthday. So binati siya lahat, binigyan siya ng gifts. And then there is the spirit of Luisa saying to Erica, "Happy birthday, Erica," which is a little bit touching. The four remaining Mabel girls, Mel, Alice, Beth, and Erica, they all released their balloons, made peace with all what has happened to them, ready for their new life. So, yeah. Parang nga yung episode title, Now What? Now What? We didn't, I never know. Kasi they never thought they'd make it this far, diba? That's just a quoting Plankton from SpongeBob SquarePants. But you get the idea. Then we get the post-credit scene ng What Lies Beneath. May pumipito ng sabay-sabay tayo. And some people quick to suspect that Edong is still alive. Pero tandaan nyo, na-establish sa series na may mga Edong fanatics. Okay, may mga Edong fans. So, I'm just assuming na yung pumipito ng sabay-sabay tayo i-release sa post-credit scenes is not literally Edong, but it could mean na dahil nga namatay na si Edong, there are sleeper agents, Edong sleeper agents, mga fanatics ni Edong that are ready to carry his will. Okay? And yeah, that is what I think of the post-credit scene. What I think of What Lies Beneath overall, I think it was a solid story para sa akin. Mamimiss ko yung Mabel Girls, lalo na si Crystal na sinuportahan ko sa PBB. Ayun. It is a it is the great one among the three, among the endings. It felt good, it felt refreshing, and it felt okay. Also, the series is called What Lies Beneath. The true killer is Edward. We should have seen it coming kasi si Edward lang yung naguhukay throughout the series. Edong hindi naghukay, Kyle hindi naghukay, Angelo hindi naghukay, just throwing daggers at trees, yung mga suspected suspect. Only Edward is yung naghukay. And then, yun nga, they could have wished Lucas would be the killer. That won't make sense. Marco would be the killer. That is just a swerve for the sake of a swerve. It won't work. I think it worked well with Edward talaga. Even though we predicted him to be a pedophile. Okay, to be fair, hindi natin predict na si Edward ang pumatay kay Luisa. We predicted him roughly as the pedophile. Okay? He is just a pedophile na obsessed kay Alice. Not technically na siya yung pumatay kay Luisa. So, maybe the predictable argument fails on that stance, pero it is what it is. Okay? Okay. So, yeah. It's been a wild ride, guys. Thank you for watching. This is goodbye and good night. Bang!